Yeah, so we were talking about the answer to this question. So as I explained, write out the values of A and D. Then AN is equal to 84. Use that to work this to find the value of N, and then to find the sum of all the terms from 7 to 84, which is Sn. We found N is 23. So we need to find S23, which is N by 2, 23 by 2 of the first term plus the last term. So first term A1 plus the last term, which is A23. So on substituting and calculating, we get 1046.5. Any questions? Any doubts with regard to this answer, children?
No, ma'am.
All right.
No, ma'am.
All right, children. Yeah, please work this one. Similar question, similar to the earlier one. You'll have to first find N. Of course, you'll have to write the values of A and D. After that, you'll have to find the value of N using minus 230, the last term minus 230. Find N and then find Sn, which is S76. Done working, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So write out the values of A and D. And then use minus 230 to find the value of N. We need the values of A, N, and D. A is the first term, D common difference. So that we found. The value of N. So use the last term minus 230 to find the value of N. An is equal to minus 230. An means A plus N minus 1 into D is equal to minus 230. So substitute the values of A and D. Now this is not minus, this is into minus 3. See, N minus 1 into D. So this is not minus 3 and that it will go to the other side as plus 3. No, this is into minus 3. So it will go for division to the other side. This is into minus 3. N minus 1 into D. So don't take it to the other side as plus 3. That's wrong. So this minus 5. So first transpose minus 5. First transpose this. So this comes to the other side as plus 5. So this is minus 225. Now this minus 3 will come for division. Because it's into minus 3, so it comes for divided by minus 3. So minus and minus cancels. 225 by 3 is 75. And N is equal to 75 plus 1, 76. So there are 76 terms in this arithmetic progression. And minus 230 is the 76th term. Is the 76th term. So now we'll have to find the sum. That is sum to all the terms, no? From the first term to the 76th term. First term A1 plus A2 plus A3, so on till A76. So S76 we'll have to find. Okay, is equal to 76 by 2, N by 2 of the first term A1 plus the last term, the 76th term, A76. So A1 is minus 5. A76 is this one, minus 230. And N by 2 is 76 by 2. So work this and find the total or find the sum, which is minus 8930. Okay. So this is the, do you all have school? Okay, how many of you have school tomorrow? Raise your hand. If tomorrow is a working day for you at school, please raise your hand. Anugraha. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'll be sharing the answers to these questions. So you're supposed to understand them and work it in your classwork notebook by the class tomorrow. Anugraha can take some time because you have school tomorrow. If it's a half a day, try to finish it. If it's a full working day, yeah, you will not have time. So please complete this by the next class on Monday. The next class after tomorrow on Monday. The others, should complete all this by the class tomorrow. I'll share the answers. All these answers I'll share after the meeting. Yeah. Yeah. Let's answer this question. Find the number of terms in each of the following. Find the number of terms. So here 3969 is not AN. 3969 is not AN. It's not a term at all of this AP. 3969 is not a term at all of this AP. The sum of these terms, we don't know the last term. So the sum from the first term to some nth term. The sum from the first term to some nth term is 3969. So Sn is equal to 3969. An is not 3969 because this is not a term of the AP. The sum from the first term to the nth term, the sum, you can see the plus sign. The sum is 3969, which means Sn is equal to 3969. So what is Sn? Sn is equal to 3969. Sn is equal to 3969. Sn is n by 2 of 2a plus n minus 1 into d is equal to 3969. N we don't know. We have to find n. From the first term to the nth term, we don't know the value of n. N is n by 2 of 2a, 2 into minus 1, minus 2, plus n minus 1 into d. D is 1 by 4 minus minus 1. Second term minus the first term. So 1 by 4 plus 1. On taking the common denominator, LCM, you get 5 by 4. 5 by 4 is equal to 3969. D is 5 by 4. So now we'll have to work this. You'll get a quadratic equation in n. You'll have to solve this one. You'll get a, when you work this, you'll get a quadratic equation in n. You'll have to solve that quadratic equation. You'll get two values for n. So one will not be possible, maybe because it's a fraction, because n has to be a natural number. Okay, so if n is negative or if it is a fraction, so you cannot take that value for n. So of the two values, we'll have to reject, we'll reject one of it because it will not be suitable to take as the value for n. So we'll reject one and take the other one, which is possible. Yeah, please work, children. And the quadratic formula, I think we have seen earlier, but we'll just recall. So we use the quadratic formula to solve a quadratic equation. So here you get a quadratic equation in n. And what is that? 5n square. You can see 5n square minus 13n. 5n square minus 13n minus 31752. 752 is equal to 0. So we'll have to solve this quadratic equation and find the two values for n. So when you compare this with the standard form of a quadratic equation, now the variable here is n. So this is the standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where the variable is x. But here the variable is n. So an square plus bn plus c is equal to 0. Change the variable. The variable in this quadratic equation is n. So the standard form will be an square plus bn plus c is equal to 0. So on comparing, a is equal to 5, b is equal to minus 13, and c is equal to minus 31752. And the quadratic formula, n is equal to, if we are solving for n, right? So n is equal to, we are solving for x, x is equal to, n is equal to minus b. So b is minus 13. So minus 13 plus or minus square root of b square. That is minus 13, the whole square. Minus 4ac. Minus 4 into a into c. 4 into 5 into minus 31752 by 2a. 2 into 5. So minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So this is the quadratic formula. When you substitute the values of a, b, c in this formula, you will be able to find the two values for n. So n is equal to 81. N is equal to 81 or minus 784 by 10. So this is not possible. right? It's negative, it's a fraction. So this is not possible. So n is equal to 81. So that means there are 81 terms. Okay, this AP can have, this is an infinite AP as you can see. The sum of the first 81 terms is 3969. All right. The sum of the first 81 terms, n is equal to 81 means the sum of the first 81 terms of this AP is 3969. Find the number of terms. The sum of the first 81 terms, A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 plus A80 plus A81. The sum of the first 81 terms of this AP is 3969. However, the AP can have more than 81 terms. We don't know. Maybe the AP has only 81 terms. Maybe it has more than 81 terms. We don't know that. But what we can conclude is that the sum of the terms from the beginning to the 81st term is 3969. That's all. Yeah, please work this. And about the solving part after substituting, children, please listen. So 2 into -1 is -2. 5 by 4 into n minus 1. So 5 by 4 into n is 5n by 4. 2 into -1 is -2. 5 by 4 into n. So 5n by 4. Then 5 by 4 into -1, minus 5 by 4. Then for the terms inside the bracket, take the LCM, which is 4. LCM, which is 4. And then you get these terms in the numerator. So we have n by 2 into, on simplifying this, you get 5n minus 13 by 4 is equal to 3969. So multiply the numerators, n into 5n minus 13. Multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators. So n into 5n minus 13 by 2 4s are 8 is equal to 3969. Cross multiply, open the bracket, you get this quadratic equation. On comparing with the standard forms, on comparing with the standard form, you can find the values of A, B, and C. So here I found the discriminant separately. So D is equal to B square minus 4AC. Okay, so you can take the formula like this. N is equal to minus B plus or minus root D by 2A. What is D? B square minus 4AC. D is B square minus 4AC. You can also work it like this. So you can find the value of D. D is B square minus 4AC. So B square minus 4AC. It's this number. Now n is equal to minus b plus or minus root d. Instead of writing b square minus 4ac, which is b square minus 4ac is d, the discriminant. So plus or minus root d by 2a. So now substitute the values and you get these two values for n. As we understood, this is negative, it's a fraction, so not possible. N is equal to 81. Please work, children. Write the question. Completed, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, those who finished can take this question and try this. Similar to the earlier one, that is this one. Taken the question? Yeah. Yeah, those who have not finished, please continue working this one. So it's very important that you know how to find the square root of a number using this long division method. Otherwise, you will be stranded here. Get stuck here. You know how to proceed, but since you don't know how to find the square root of this number, you will not be able to proceed. So make sure you know this procedure. You can find this in my channel. You have to search 8th standard squares and square roots. You can find it there. If you've forgotten, you can watch the videos from there and recall. Okay, this is over, right, children? Can we go to the next one?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah. Take the help of the slide and work it. See, I want you to get used to the presentation. So don't try by yourself and miss the steps. When you're learning something new, it's always nice that you take help, work with that, right? Make sure you write all the steps. Don't skip anything. Do by yourself, but refer to the answer you see on your screen. Okay, since it's time, I'll share this image on WhatsApp. So let me just, explain the different parts of this answer. So as you know, you have to first write out the values of A and D. A is 18 and D is 15 and a half minus 18, which is minus 5 by 2. Now we need to find the number of terms that have to be taken to get the sum as minus 441. The sum of the first how many terms of this AP will give us minus 441 is the question. So you'll have to find the value of n. Now this minus 441 is not a term of the AP. It is the sum to the first n terms. So Sn is equal to minus 441, not An. Sn is equal to minus 441. So this is an equation. What we've written here is an equation. Sn is equal to minus 441. So what's the formula? Sn n by 2 of 2a. 2 into a is 18 plus n minus 1. N we don't know. N is n. We have to find n. So n minus 1 into d. D is minus 5 by 2. So 2 into 8, 36. Multiply minus 5 by 2 with n. And then multiply minus 5 by 2 with minus 1. So you get minus 5n by 2 and minus into minus plus 5 by 2. When you multiply this with this, when you multiply this with n, you get minus 5n by 2. And when you multiply this with this, you get plus 5 by 2. Minus into minus plus 5 by 2 is equal to minus 441. So for the three terms inside the bracket, take the common denominator 2. And this bracket simplifies to 77 minus 5n by 2. Now we have n by 2 outside. So into n by 2 is equal to minus 441. Multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators, 2 2s are 4, n into 77 minus 5n in bracket. So that will be 77 into n is 77n minus 5n square, and on cross multiplying, you get minus 1764. When you cross multiply, you get minus 1764. So bring all the terms to one side and you see the quadratic equation. So I've brought everything to one side and change the signs throughout. Okay, so bring all the terms to one side and I've changed the signs throughout and you get this equation, this quadratic equation. Compare that with the standard form, write out the values of A, B, and C. Then to use the quadratic formula, find the value of D, B square minus 4AC. Then N is equal to minus B plus or minus root D by 2A. So D is 41209. You should know how to find the square root of this number by the special long division method. So when you do that, you get 203. The square root of this number is 203. The two values for n are 28 and minus 126 by 10. So this is negative and a fraction, so it's not possible. So n is 28, which means the sum of the first 28 terms of this AP is minus 441. The sum of the first 28 terms of this AP is minus 441. Very simple, very important question. You'll have to be very careful with the calculations. Any questions, children?
No, ma'am.
So I'll put this image on WhatsApp. I'm sure you wouldn't have completed it, so please finish it. I'll also share the assignment, which I showed you, those 10 questions. Finish that also by the class tomorrow. I just have to explain the schedule for the month of May, so please stay in the meeting. I'll just stop the recording.